Hello, and welcome to this preview. So, ironically enough, the GenG HLE preview did better like this. So, this video does better view-wise, even though I really don't care about views. I mean, hell, maybe the nonchalant content like this is more appealing. So, KT CFO, I've already tried to film this once. If you haven't, well, tomorrow you'll see in the prediction video that I say, hey, you're going to see it now. I spilled the beans on my first preview. I said who I think's going to win. Can't have that. It's got to be members only first. So, this matchup's close regardless. I could see, the CFO's the underdog in this matchup, being the LCP team into an LCK team. But it is the LCK 4 seed. CFO have upset great teams at this event. So, the fact of the matter is, I believe it could go either way. You look at the matchups in general, and let's first say, what a great career for Peanut. You could argue he might be the greatest player of all time not to win a title, a world's championship. Talk about a great jungler, and somebody that truly impacted the game, and I'm sure many players that are playing now would consider him to be somebody that they looked up to and try to emulate on the Rift. So what a great career, and I'm sure we'll talk about him again in the coming years multiple times. But they fell short. GenG were the better team. They've been the better team for about 5 months. I thought HLE would give them a better run, but that just didn't happen. As far as KT CFO are concerned, though, we look at the matchup. The strongest parts for CFO I see are the carries in Hongq and Doggo, but Junja's no slouch. I'm a very, very strong jungler, and that's why CFO have been nearly at the top, if not at the top, in my minor region power rankings all season long with FlyQuest. But then you have KT, a team that's gotten better as the year went along, went through many roster changes, and here they are. They were one of the first teams to lock themselves into quarters. And Cuz and BDD have been playing like some of the best mid-jungle duos in the world. BDD, a great facilitator, makes things happen. And that's kind of the vibe we're going to have to look at here. Can Hongq match the impact of BDD? I don't think he it'll be tough. It'll be tough for him to match him. However, Doggo and Duckdom. Doggo is a very good player. People are finally waking up to the fact that Doggo's been good for a long time. You think back to when he made his run with PSG on the fly. He went to the LPL and struggled on some shit teams. It is what it is. You can't really blame him for that. He goes to the LCP and does great. So him into Duckdom is something, because Duckdom has played against better players. He's played on the world stage before, and when he went into the LPL last year, he was one of the better 80 carries in that region, in my opinion. Goes to the LCK, loses his job for a little bit. I don't think he's like super great, but into this matchup, I don't think that it's a matchup where like Doggo, I feel like Duckdom can neutralize Doggo, which would be a big deal, because I don't think Kaiwing offers the pizzazz to really make a difference in that bot lane duo. I think he's more of a facilitator, and honestly, Peter is more of a facilitator as well, but offers a little more flexibility, which indicates to me a bit of a wash. And in the jungle role, Junja and Cuz, Cuz has set a very strong pace this season at times. I think he'll have to play very well. It is truly whoever plays better on the day at this point, which is, truly, like, somebody could ask me tomorrow after the result, KT CFO, if it's a 3-0 or some shit one way or the other. I'd be like, yeah, I might still take the team that I picked, even if they lost, just because I think it is truly whoever's better on the day. I think these teams are very evenly matched. In the top lane, you look at Perfect into Driver and Rest. Perfect has left a lot to be desired this season. Now, throughout Worlds, KT as a whole have done very well, and Perfect is no exception to that. He's stayed alive and done his job. And then you look at Driver and Rest, and I don't think either one are exceptional enough to get ahead of Perfect to the point where they actually take advantage of it and use it. Which means that if Perfect's playing tanks, he's even more impactful, because despite not having a lead, he's showing impact on the game. I mean, hell. And whereas driver and rest, if they're playing something a little more carry-oriented and not quite packing the same punch, it's a thing. I think this is very tight. I think, Peanut, circling back on Peanut for a second. The narrative going into this event for me was Peanut winning Worlds. I don't root for teams. I root for narratives at this event. The Deft narrative was a beautiful one. It was one that really made me invested in what was occurring. And with Peanut out, I mean, there's BDD. And after that, I'm really not all that invested. I don't feel like any players are really at the tail end of their careers where it's going to be go or go home. I mean, Kai Wing, I guess, but at the same time, was he really like in this contention all his career to be a world champion and falling short? I don't believe so. Where you look at Peanut, and he has fallen just short more than once. And with BDD, he's a player that's played a long time, and despite struggling at, he's had very high highs, and he's had very low lows. We look at Nongshim a couple of years ago, that implosion, that shit show of a team. BDD was part of it. And with KT, a team that, has for years left a lot to be desired with fans. KT are not, they never have gotten it done, right? They've never gotten it done. And you consider, who's left at this event, Top Esports, GenG, those three teams in and of themselves are teams that historically, internationally underperform. And they're here. And hell, they could be 3 of the final 4, along with whoever wins T1 Anyone's Legend. Anyone's Legend are a team that's just coming off of playing terribly for years and being irrelevant and finally spending money, and Tabe being the coach. And we'll talk about that, of course, in the coming days. But I mean, that's an interesting narrative in and of itself, who is left at this event. But in terms of this series and the preview, this is a very close matchup. I think it's going to go 5 games. I'm not going to say who I think is going to win in this video, but I think it's going to go 5 games because it's too close. It's too close. I don't think anybody's really that much better than the other player. I mean, BDD has experience in the Hongq, but Hongq has played some aggressive League of Legends at times and may give BDD a handful. So, I mean, that's the thing. And I don't know. It was interesting going. I didn't even look today to see how blue and red ended up. But going into today, blue and red side were 26-26. And I feel like it's the first tournament in a long time that we can say blue and red are so close. First pick, second, too. Teams are utilizing them wisely. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.